Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today's topic is going to be about navigating through financial hardships in the least painful way possible. I recently suffered from the flu, which left me a solid 2.5 weeks without the ability to paint, and I could not really do much of anything. So there are going to be periods in your life where you are going to be ill. There are going to be periods in your life when you're going to just not feel like painting, when you can't paint for one reason or another. So this video is for those of you who will run into this inevitably, but still need to pay your bills. You will still need to figure out how you're going to generate income. A lot of us can't just sit by and just wait for things to get better, because your bills are still going to need to get paid. So how can we make things a little bit easier for ourselves when we do suffer hardships? That's what this video is about. So my first tip for you, this is something that I personally did that really worked well for me. I started doing this a couple of years ago, and I do it consistently now because it has saved my behind on many, many instances. And that is that I paint ahead. So I'm just going to share with you what I typically do. If I am having an influx of creative energy, I will try to create 2 or 3 paintings, and then I will save those paintings back and just hold on to them. I will continue to create progress photos, close-up images of them in progress, but then I will hang on to those and not show those to anyone. I'll go ahead and finish the painting, and then I will just set it aside and then just continue working as normal. The trick is to not share it with anyone, obviously, because when you do need to show it, when you're going through some sort of a hardship, you're going to want to make it look like that it is something that you are currently working on. This is kind of the whole point, because not only will you have a piece of artwork that then you can offer up for sale, yet it's something that you created 2 months or 3 months ago, but also it gives you the opportunity to keep generating content on social media, which, as we all know, is needed these days, and that it's important to post in a timely manner. So it allows you to continue to do that as well. So basically, you're just going to be treating it as insurance. Hopefully you won't need to use this as a resort, but on the off chance that you do suffer a hardship and you want to maintain a social media presence that is consistent with your brand, then you will have these paintings to fall back on. And you can always rotate through. And if your paintings, you're like, I'm hanging on to these and I haven't needed them in a year or 6 months or whatever, go ahead and offer those up to the public and then just replace them as needed. But it's just, for me, it was important to have a few of those on hand for when I needed them. They really, really helped at least take a lot of the pressure off when I felt like I needed to share something or sell something and I had nothing current to offer. So that's my first tip for you. My second tip for you is not to rely on just one thing as a resource for all of your income. For me personally, I sell I sell a lot of work on Etsy. I've been on Etsy for about six or 7 years now. I sell a lot of prints through Etsy, but that is not where I put all of my heart and soul, because I know, having done this for as long as I have, that there is going to be highs and lows in the market. There's going to be dry spells where people are not going to be buying as much, and then around the holidays people tend to spend a lot more. So what do you do on those periods that you are not seeing the type of income that you want. I have learned for myself, what has helped me is to not devote all of my energy into one area. I spread out my work I put out my work in all different kinds of places. Now, I don't bring in a ton of money from any one place, but what allows me to be able to do art for a living full time is that I am able to get in a check here and a check here and a check here, and it's all of these checks that come in, regardless of how small they are, they add up, and it's all of those checks together that help me pay my bills. So I highly recommend, again, this is just from personal experience, but I highly recommend that you look for other areas to help you with your income. Consider teaching classes. Consider going into boutique shops in your area, or print shops, gallery shops, not just within your state, but out of state. I have my work out of state as well as in state, and that has helped me generate income. My YouTube channel, it doesn't give me a lot of money, but those ads that you watch at the beginning allows me to be able to pay some of my bills. So, you may think that it's not really worth working on this or working on that because it's not very much. It may not be, but when you are doing different things and you have a lot of different checks coming in, then that is really going to help you, because if you're not making as much money, let's say on Etsy, because there is some dry spell, or because it's tax season and not as many people are getting as much back perhaps this year as they were last year, then you can rely on some of those other checks that are coming in to help that situation so that you don't feel as much of a strain. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm rambling for some reason. But anyway, those are the 2 tips that I have for you, and hopefully you have found them helpful. And I would like to know how you deal with hardships if you are an artist. What do you do to help supplement your income when things just aren't going the way they normally do? That would be something that I would love to hear about. You can post in the comments section below if you would. And I hope you guys are having a good day. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. So take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.